Ferrari recently added Lewis Hamilton to their lineup, but even before he's had time to settle in, cracks are already showing. Can Ferrari hold things together, or have they made a mistake by signing the sport's most decorated driver just after his arrival? The question on everyone's mind is, how long will Hamilton stay with the team? Is he too old for this switch? And who will take the top spot? As you can imagine, these questions are creating a buzz, and many are eager to see how this plays out. Hamilton's new deal is reportedly multi-year, and it looks like he'll be with Ferrari for at least 2 seasons, possibly more. This will bring him into the 2025 season and the first year of new regulations set to shake things up, including major changes to aerodynamics and the power unit. So the big question remains, will he claim another title with Ferrari? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Hamilton is aiming for his 8th World Championship, while Ferrari is hoping for its first title since 2008. The timing of Hamilton's move couldn't be more significant, as Ferrari made major strides last season, fighting for the Constructors' Championship until the very last race. They were only 14 points shy of taking the crown. That's a huge improvement from the previous years, where they lagged behind by hundreds of points. Meanwhile, Mercedes, where Hamilton spent the last decade, struggled with consistency and failed to stay competitive at the top. But the real challenge lies in whether Ferrari can keep up this momentum and build a car that's capable of consistently competing for wins. The other key factor is Hamilton's teammate Charles Leclerc, who is coming off his best season yet. With both drivers fighting for the same goal, the dynamics between them will certainly be intriguing. Hamilton also needs to find his form and, in qualifying, where he had some issues last season, and maintain the pace he's shown in race conditions before. The big question is how Ferrari will handle the situation once the season kicks off. There's a lot of speculation around whether Hamilton's arrival will create a harmonious relationship or stir up some tension, especially with Leclerc, who's already established as a leader in the team. There's been talk about Ferrari's internal divisions over Hamilton's signing. Some think it could be a dream team, while others believe it could complicate things for Leclerc, especially since team principal Frédéric Vasseur has a history with Hamilton. The concern for Leclerc is whether he'll have the same support that he had with Carlos Sainz over the past few seasons. With Hamilton joining, things could change quickly. According to former F1 technical director Gary Anderson, Ferrari might focus more on supporting Hamilton early in the season, considering his star power and experience. This could lead to some friction within the team, especially if Leclerc feels he's not getting equal backing. For Leclerc, this season could be more challenging than expected. One thing to keep in mind is that Hamilton's presence in the team isn't just about his talent on the track. He brings with him years of experience and a track record that's hard to match. With 7 World Championships and over 100 Grand Prix wins under his belt, Hamilton's legacy speaks for itself. However, this new chapter with Ferrari brings a different set of challenges. Leclerc, on the other hand, only has a handful of wins and has yet to capture a championship, making him the underdog in this pairing. Italian journalists have pointed out that Ferrari's fans, known as the Tifosi, are divided on whether Hamilton's arrival will result in a dream team or create internal conflicts. The debate is ongoing, but there's a lot of curiosity around how things will unfold once the season begins. Will Ferrari manage to balance the egos and keep both drivers happy, or will the pressure of competing for the top spot cause friction? As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how the team manages these dynamics. Another factor to consider is the financial side of things. Hamilton is reportedly being paid significantly more than Leclerc, which could lead to some tensions in the team. Ferrari has clearly invested heavily in him, betting on his experience to bring them back to the front. But how will Leclerc feel about this? He's been Ferrari's top driver for years and has the potential to lead the team to its first championship in over a decade. If he feels sidelined or undervalued, it could impact his performance, and we've seen in the past how internal struggles can affect a team's results. There's also the question of team strategy. With two high-caliber drivers, Ferrari will have to find a way to balance their interests and avoid the kind of internal rivalry that could cause the team to implode. Vasseur has a tough job ahead of him, making sure both Hamilton and Leclerc feel supported while also ensuring that Ferrari's overall goals are met. It's not just about the drivers' championship, it's about building a winning car and a unified team. As we move closer to the start of the season, there's a lot of speculation about how the first few races will unfold. Hamilton's first real test with Ferrari will come soon, and many are eager to see how he adapts to the team's setup. He'll be joining Leclerc for the first test of the season, and it will be telling to see how they interact on track. Both drivers are known for their competitive nature, but Ferrari will need to ensure that they're working together, not against each other. Hamilton's experience could be invaluable as Ferrari tackles the new regulations in 2026, but he also needs to quickly adjust to a new car and a new team culture. The transition from Mercedes to Ferrari isn't an easy one, especially when you consider how dominant Mercedes has been in recent years. Still, Hamilton has made it clear that he's excited about the challenge, but the question remains: can Ferrari provide him with a car that's competitive enough to fight for that 8th world title? There are also lingering questions about Hamilton's motivation. After his most recent season with Mercedes, where he admitted to struggling with motivation and feeling less fast than in previous years, some wondered if he had mentally checked out. He even mentioned at one point that he no longer felt like he had the same drive, which raised some eyebrows. But is this really a sign of a driver winding down, or just a temporary dip in form? With his move to Ferrari, it's clear that Hamilton is looking for a fresh challenge to reignite that spark. F1 journalist Ben Hunt has speculated that Hamilton's comments about not being fast anymore might have been a sign that he was mentally preparing for a change. His decision to move to Ferrari shows that he's still hungry for success, but the question remains: will this new environment be enough to bring out the best in him? There's no doubt that Ferrari will be pushing him to perform, but will the pressure and the change of scenery work in his favor, or will it lead to more struggles? Ferrari's hopes are high, as many believe that Hamilton's arrival will bring a renewed sense of energy to the team. With his unmatched experience and success on the track, he could be exactly what Ferrari needs to turn their fortunes around. While his time at Mercedes was marked by dominance, Ferrari has its own challenges. They need a driver who can not only compete at the highest level, but also help develop the car and work with the team to maximize its potential. Hamilton's vast knowledge could give them the edge they need. However, the reality is that there's always uncertainty when a top driver changes teams. The pressure will be immense, not just for Hamilton, but for Ferrari as a whole. They'll need to give him the tools to succeed, and he'll need to deliver the results. If Hamilton can find his rhythm at Ferrari and get back to his championship winning ways, he could very well claim that elusive 8th title. But it won't be easy. He'll be up against fierce competition, including his own teammate, who has been improving year by year. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on Ferrari to see how they manage the delicate balance between their two star drivers. The team's strategy, internal dynamics, and the performance of the car will play pivotal roles in deciding whether Hamilton's move will be a success or a challenge too difficult to overcome. For Leclerc, this could be a defining moment in his career as he battles both Hamilton and the pressure of leading Ferrari back to the top. Ferrari fans will be hoping for the best, eagerly anticipating what could be a thrilling season ahead. Will Hamilton return to his dominant form and add another title to his collection, or will the weight of the team's expectations and the internal competition prove too much? The next few races will tell us a lot, but one thing is certain. With Hamilton now at Ferrari, the stakes have never been higher.